this video we're just going to show you some simple brake adjustments. So we call this simple because it requires no tools. In another video we'll show some more advanced brake adjustment that requires some tools, but simple adjustment should get you out of most situations. So what will happen over time is your brake cables will stretch and that will impact the braking performance. There's some pretty simple ways to get that brake cable tight again so that your brakes are working well. So we've got our brake levers here. The left is the back brake and the right is the front brake. What each of them have is these little adjusters here that can be wound in and out, and what winding them out will do is shorten the cable and improve the brake performance. So what you can do if your levers are feeling quite squishy and your braking performance has gone down a little bit for the back brake, unwind this, then wind the little inside nut back to the lever so it locks it, and that will improve your braking. Now if you go too far, you'll hear the back brake scrubbing against the rim, which means you've gone too far, and so you can just dial it back a bit. For the front brakes, there's two adjusters because we have a left and a right brake. Now the top adjuster is for the right side and the bottom adjuster is for the left side. What you'll get sometimes is you'll feel the bike pulling in one direction when you use the front brakes. That's because one of the brakes is working better than the other, and so what you can do is use these to bring that back into alignment. So if your bike's pulling to the right, it means the left side needs to be tightened. If it's pulling to the left, it means the right side needs to be tightened. And just like we did for the back brake, we just wind these out to a point where it tightens it a bit, lock the locking nut back to the lever, and that will and that's all you need to do for that. If you go too far, you'll hear the disc rubbing, and you'll hear like a ting 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 kind of noise as you ride. So just that means you've gone a bit too far. Just back it off. What is normal is when you're turning corners to hear a little bit of that noise, because as you're turning, the wheel's flexing and the brake might touch. But that's perfectly fine, and it's normal with this sort of bike, so you don't need to worry about that. So there we have it, some basic brake adjustment that can help you get a little bit more out of your brakes.